What's up? What's up? What's up? Coach Bruce in the studio, keeping it really short, extremely short today because it has been a day. Um, I just finished making egg rolls and fried rice with and for the family. Had a really great time. So, the ending of this story, I can tell you, is much better than the beginning. So, I just want to talk about the struggle with ADHD anxiety and how I pushed through a really, really heavy day today. I'm not saying this to pat myself on the back or give myself kudos, even though I do want to give myself kudos because it started out feeling like a day where I had no chance of getting a foothold in this day. But a while back, a couple months ago, I started to, like, I made a promise to myself not to lose any more days. Um, by that, I mean to just totally give up, not get anything done, not make any progress towards any of my goals, not engage with my family, not there's too much to be done that's important every day to just completely lose the day. So I promised myself I wouldn't do that anymore. And it's hard whenever you wake up and everything that you know is important feels up in the air. Your mind is swirling with anxiety, you're filled with doubt, you're questioning all the decisions you're making, and you're starting to wonder, am I doing anything right? This is how depression, anxiety, ADHD, all of it works whenever our brain starts to work against us. It starts to tell us these stories that feel so easy to believe. I mean, they just are easy to believe because if you grew up with a brain that didn't work as the normal way, quote unquote, then you've heard a lot that you're doing things wrong. So that story is really easy to believe whenever it says, "Well, you're doing things wrong again right now." Um, so I was struggling this morning, and what I said to myself, as I'm in bed, waking up, alarms going off. It's like it's time to start the day. Was wow, this day feels like too much. I've got too much on my plate. There's I'm being asked too much of. The first thing I do whenever I start to feel that feeling, now these days is say, well, what is factual? What is real? What is anybody actually asking of me? Um, so I start to make a list. It's like, okay, my wife talked to me about ordering the parts for the washer because our washer broke, and that's my responsibility. So I need to do that. I'm supposed to make dinner today, so I said I would make egg rolls for the family, so I need to do that. Tuesday is my homeschool. I'm sorry, Monday. What is today? Wednesday. Sorry, Wednesday is my homeschool day. So I have to be able to get out of bed and get out and homeschool the kids today. Those are the things that I am responsible for today that I said I would do. Everything else that is putting pressure on me at this moment, it needs to wait because these are the things I am responsible for in this moment. And as urgent as these other things feel, it doesn't matter because I've made a commitment to these other things with these other people who are counting on me. So first thing I did was I was like, let me just find this part for the washer because I know that I need to get it ordered so I can get it in by the weekend because we can't wash clothes. Like that's something I need to do. I promised I would do it. So I just started checking off the list one by one. I just took one step forward. It was like fixing the washer sounds like a big task. Ordering the part doesn't sound nearly as bad. So let me just order the part today because that's all I can do anyways. So I got online, did the research, found the right part, ordered the part. That first piece, I did that before I even got out of bed. It was my first alarm went off. It wasn't even really time for me to get up yet. I could get up, but I was like, let me just remove some of this pressure for myself. I have plenty of time to get started for the morning. So I'm just gonna remove some pressure by getting this taken care of before I even get out of bed. So I got that taken care of, and the weight that came off of me before I even left the bed was huge. So getting out of bed was much easier now, and I knew that the next step was just kind of get dressed for the day and get out to the living room and be present so I can start schooling the kids whenever they're waking up and they're ready to take that next step in our day. the day is going a little bit slower than usual. Everybody kind of slept in, and that's okay. I'm not trying to drive this day on to be the most fast paced, like, let's get stuff done day. I want to get the things done, but it's okay if it is in a loose time fashion. It's all right. A big part of this process for me is letting go of the perfectionism that sometimes creeps in, of me saying like everything needs to look this exact way or else it's not successful. As long as I do homeschooling and I make sure I hit all the high points and I show up and I'm present, then I won. I did what I was supposed to do, and I can feel proud of that, and I can give myself a pat on the back. And usually, just making the commitment to do that is enough to actually really do great at it. You just relieve some of the pressure and make it not feel so hard to get started. And before you know it, you are in the thing doing it, and you're kicking its ass. That's how it was for me today. As heavy as I felt, I started to just get into reading to my kids. And I mean, as always, I enjoy spending the time with them. I enjoy learning with them. I enjoy educating them. That's why we do it. So all of those things, all those lies that my brain tells me whenever it's like, oh, you have these huge responsibilities, don't mess it up. I, the only way I can mess up is by not showing up. So I just have to show up. And I did that. And then I just engaged my kids to help me with cooking dinner because I was still feeling a little heavy today. And I was like, hey, I need you guys to help. Can you help with Hank, can you roast rice? Benny, will you help me prep vegetables? It was making egg rolls and fried rice is not the easiest meal to choose on a hard day, but I had a lot of help. And that's the biggest thing I've learned over these last few months is that it's okay to ask for help when you're having hard days. It's essential, really. For me, engaging with my family, asking them to take part in the things I'm struggling with helps me get out of my own head. I stop thinking about all the stuff I'm not doing right and I start thinking about how great my life is, how lucky I am to have a family who's there to support me, to have kids who are helpful and goofy and fun and laugh with me and brighten my day. So that was the big responsibilities of the day. It was like dinner is it took forever. It was a long dinner. Don't get me wrong. It was a big event, but my kids helped me the whole way through, and they took turns and played some video games in between, and you know by the end of the day, we're all sitting together having dinner, and I didn't feel heavy anymore. I felt blessed. That's something that I couldn't have gotten to before I started to forgive myself and give myself grace for not feeling perfect all the time. As I started to embrace that, I found that by the end of the day, I would naturally find my way to a much more blissful state of just being appreciative of the wonder that exists in my life every day. That's it. That is what today was about. And if you struggle with any of this stuff as well, like, it's okay to struggle with it. It's not okay to give up every time. But if you have been giving up, it's never too late to start trying to win. Just don't lay down. Don't lay down every time. Just give fight. You're not always going to win, but like I said, today I felt like I won the battle of today because I woke up and it felt like a war, and I wasn't going to I'm not going to just lay down and die anymore. I want to fight for it. I want to fight for my family. I want to fight for my life, and the fight is really not that hard. You just have to commit to it. So that's it. If you need help getting through setting up your life instruction manual so you can have some of the structure that helped me get through today, check the link in the description, and please, please, please go get your How to Life workbook or sign up for the the 9 ways for the ADHD dad to radically improve communication, because it will help you deal with a lot of these problems. That is it for me today. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of the day with my family. Until next time, be yourself and love yourself.